The battle between the Silicon Caesar and the Orange Nero, the psychodrama from Washington, the betrayal, bombast, and billionaire brawling, the madness of King Elon, and it meets the wrath of Emperor Trump. Once political soulmates, Donald Trump and Elon Musk are now locked into an epic feud, a decaying pas de deux between two titans of superego. The split, like all good American tragedies, has been broadcast in real time across social media, from Truth Social to Twitter, formerly a credible platform and now in the hands of Elon Musk. The bromance is over, the knives are out, and the spectacle is, frankly, unmissable. Elon Musk was brought in. I'd like to call him Elon. Don't you think Elon was better than Elon? Elon gives the impression of, well, I don't know what, really. Elon. Let's call him Elon. Elon Musk was brought in to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, ironically named after a meme currency, and it turns out just as stable. His task, root out waste, like a sort of pig roots out truffles. Save America from itself. More pig imagery. He promised $2 trillion in savings. In reality, he found perhaps $200 billion, and most of that from fantasy arithmetic and wishful spreadsheets. The public sector, Musk discovered, doesn't operate like a startup. You can't just fire half of Medicaid or move the Pentagon to Mars. The iron laws of bureaucracy do not bend for tech bros, no matter how inflated their net worth or their expectations or their ego. Then came the final insult, Trump's big, beautiful bill, a colossal deficit ballooning monstrosity that added $2.4 trillion to the national debt. Musk, who had campaigned for fiscal sanity, was made to look like a fool. His budget-slashing crusade was torpedoed not by Democrats, but by the very man he bankrolled with $250 million. And so Musk turned. First came the passive-aggressive subtweets, then the resurrection of old polls, the mocking of Trump's fiscal record, and finally the nuclear option, insinuating Trump's name appears in the unreleased Epstein files, the political equivalent of screaming fire in a brothel. Trump's allies didn't take this well. Steve Bannon, once Musk's admirer, called for the government to invoke the Defense Production Act and seize SpaceX. He even suggested Musk is an illegal alien and should be deported. Yes, the man who helped put Americans into orbit may now be ejected from the country for not kissing the presidential ring. And Trump, never one to let a grudge go unavenged, labelled Musk as suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, TDS. He also threatened to cancel federal contracts at Tesla and SpaceX. That instantly would gut large parts of NASA's current space program. But at the moment, and at this point, national interest had taken a back seat to personal vendetta. What's fascinating is not just the theatre, and it is extraordinary theatre, but the deeper implications. Trump's movement depends on the cult of loyalty. To defect is to be damned, and Musk, by turning against him, has just embarrassed the president. He's exposed fractures in the MAGA coalition. Musk still commands legions of admirers and has floated starting a new party or funding libertarian insurgents. Whether or not he follows that through is beside the point. The threat alone could peel donors' attention and even votes from Trump's base, a Republican Caesar slowly bleeding under 1,000 cuts. Underpinning this mess is the same economic unreality that doomed Liz Truss. The fantasy that you can cut taxes, increase spending, and hope the bond markets won't notice. Both Trump and Musk engaged in magical thinking, but when Trump abandoned even the pretense of budgetary discipline, Musk cried betrayal. Yet neither man is really serious. Musk's reforms were reckless, incoherent, and drug-addled, according to leaks. Trump's policy making remains rooted in performance art, like appointing Musk to overhaul government, then ghosting him the minute he became inconvenient. Both are guilty of play acting through a genuine crisis. America is hurtling towards fiscal and moral calamity. The Congressional Budget Office has warned of collapse, but instead of leadership, we get Twitter fights, revenge fantasies, and Steve Bannon channeling Robespierre. There's a bitter irony here. Musk, like Jacques Necker before the French Revolution, tried to rescue the system and found himself reviled by the very elites who once praised him. Trump, like Louis XVI, Louis XVI, clings to power by doubling down on delusion. The guillotine, metaphorical or otherwise, awaits the loser of this feud. But for now, the spectacle continues, doesn't it? The two men intoxicated by influence, reduced to schoolyard squabbles on social media as the world watches, horrified and entertained. It would be funny if it weren't also a preview of imperial decline. America, to borrow from Yeats, slouches not towards Bethlehem but towards bankruptcy, while Trump tweets and Musk fumes. The crisis in town, the tent is on fire, and no one's driving the clown car.